At 6:42 a.m., a small-town hospital called a nurse who never missed a shift. By nightfall, the town realized something was terribly wrong. Emily Carter had vanished, and the truth behind her disappearance was closer than anyone imagined. Emily Carter was 34 years old and known throughout Briar Hollow, Pennsylvania, as someone you could rely on. She worked nights at the regional hospital, cared for patients no one else wanted, and lived a quiet life that rarely drew attention. She was recently divorced, lived alone with her dog, and kept to a predictable routine. To her coworkers and neighbors, Emily's life seemed uneventful, almost invisible. That perception would soon prove dangerously misleading. On October 12, 2016, Emily failed to appear for a scheduled shift. Her phone went unanswered. When police conducted a welfare check, they found her home undisturbed. Her car was parked in the driveway. Her purse was on the kitchen counter. Her phone was charging beside her bed. There were no signs of a struggle. Emily Carter had simply disappeared. Investigators believed it was a random act of violence. Briar Hollow sat near a highway corridor. Police theorized Emily may have encountered the wrong person late at night. Someone passing through, someone who left no trace behind. Search teams scoured nearby woods and fields. Flyers flooded storefronts. For days, hope outweighed fear, but evidence never surfaced. And as the search widened, detectives turned inward, toward Emily's private life. A review of Emily's phone and computer revealed conversations no one knew about. Late-night messages, emotional confessions, deep personal exchanges with someone identified only as JS. Emily had also withdrawn thousands of dollars in cash shortly before disappearing. The image of the quiet nurse began to crack. She wasn't planning to stay in Briar Hollow much longer. JS turned out to be Jason Miller, a man from a neighboring county. The two had met through an online grief support group and had recently met in person. To investigators and the public, Jason seemed like the obvious answer, a secret connection, a hidden meeting, messages exchanged hours before Emily vanished. But despite intense scrutiny, there was no physical evidence tying him to her disappearance. The case stalled until a single detail changed everything. Hospital security footage revealed something investigators hadn't noticed before. On the night she disappeared, Emily did not drive straight home. She stopped behind the hospital maintenance building. Moments later, another car arrived. It belonged to Sarah Whitman, Emily's closest friend and fellow nurse. Sarah had been deeply involved in the search. She spoke to reporters. She cried publicly. She called Emily her sister. When questioned, Sarah denied seeing Emily that night. The footage said otherwise. Under renewed questioning, Sarah broke. She and Emily had been involved in a secret romantic relationship. One Emily had kept hidden in a town where privacy was fragile and judgment was swift. Emily had decided to end it. That night, she met Sarah to say goodbye, to tell her she was leaving Briar Hollow for good. What began as a conversation turned into an argument. What became an argument turned violent. In a moment of panic, Sarah struck Emily with a tire iron kept in her trunk. Emily never went home. Weeks later, Emily's body was found in a wooded ravine miles away. Sarah Whitman was arrested and eventually convicted of second-degree murder. The crime was not random. It was not impulsive. It was deeply personal. Briar Hollow never returned to what it was. Neighbors questioned how well they truly knew one another. The hospital changed its policies. Doors once left unlocked were now bolted shut. Emily Carter's case became a reminder of a chilling truth. Sometimes, the most dangerous secrets aren't hidden in the dark. They're buried in plain sight.